Greetings. I very much regret that we can't be with you in person. I know it's your 11th National Congress and just how important it is. We wish you every success, to the leadership, the members of your executive, the delegates. I look forward to the outcomes of this Congress because they will in fact inform the work of the ITUC. On a personal note, can I say as an Australian, I've watched your activities in defence of democracy, of rights for many, many years. And so I'm delighted that you are now an affiliate of the ITUC. When I was in the Philippines earlier this year, I heard the stories of some of the workers who are simply not paid a minimum living wage, who have short-term contracts or precarious work that is not acceptable. Workers who are forced to do overtime so that they can't give their families certainty about balancing work and family life. And of course, the oppression that still applies in too many workplaces where workers are guarded, where they don't have proper breaks, where safety is in fact not reliable, as we saw with that tragic factory fire just a few months ago. So we have work to do. Our campaign to tame corporate power, to build the power of workers, that we have built the umbrella slogan, End Corporate Greed, which you are part of, is very, very important. We want to build a global movement that can tackle the abuses of corporate power, that can guarantee safe and secure work with a fair living wage. And of course, we want to see that our supply chains, the supply chains of the corporate power in the global economy, do not include forced or indeed slave labour or informal work where there is no guarantee of rights, even social protection or indeed a proper contract. This is our campaign to end corporate greed, to make sure that workers indeed enjoy decent work, and you will be critical to that. So I look forward to your thoughts about how we can build the campaign not just in the Philippines but globally. And of course I want to say something to you about just a couple of other things. Climate change. You've already experienced the extreme weather events which have resulted in the loss of indeed sadly life, but livelihoods, community, infrastructure. The global movement needs to demand of governments everywhere an ambitious global agreement, to go to Paris with a commitment to get a global agreement that will stabilise our climate. We also need to make sure that we have the industrial transformation to the renewable energy of the future, and of course that this transition is just. We can have zero carbon, but we must also have zero poverty. And the Sustainable Development Goals at the UN this year are just as critical. So an integrated package which guarantees decent work, which takes action on climate, which sees the industrial transformation, that is fair, that supports workers in the transition. These things are critical. And of course, we will absolutely campaign to eliminate slavery and to formalise work. For your migrant workers abroad, we are fighting against these very issues and the abuse of their rights. Indeed, in some cases, in countries like Qatar, the enslavement of your brothers and sisters. And for women, can I say it's very important that the partnership with women is an equal partnership. It's about equal pay and equal conditions and equal opportunity, but it's also about the leadership of our own unions and the role of women to organise workers to make sure that indeed we have a society that is representative of our commitment to equality. I wish you well. I would love to hear the debate, but solidarity at all times, solidarity and best wishes.